Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday. Friday. Wearing my marathon t-shirt, honey, marathon life, marathon clothing. Get it? RIP to Nip. We are here. Lord, amen. I just want to thank my mama. I just want to thank the haters because they give me a reason to do it. You made it. I have my locks covered today, y'all. We're not about to show the hair, but welcome to the resource room. It is Friday, and I am your host, Aiysha and welcome to the Grounded Bag Podcast, the Resource Room, Resource Friday. It is a playlist in connection to the Grounded Bag Podcast, and I also have other podcast playlists, the Break Room, Body Wisdom, the Grounded Bag Podcast itself, as well as our self-care moments. So go ahead and please take a look at all of those videos as well as those playlists. Check it out. Check it out. The shorts, I got more shorts coming. And in addition to that, my official Ground Bag podcast, I will be releasing shorts of those audios to the actual podcast on YouTube. And then I'll also be having the full length ones on Spotify. So please go ahead and check it out. And it's going to be on all streaming platforms. So check us out. But let me get back to being formal because it's Friday. And we've been working, we tired, but we are here. We're focused. So I'll make sure that I keep this video extra short and sweet. I promise. Ooh, my mic. Hold on. Hey. It's been a week, y'all. But welcome to the Ground Bag Podcast. And once again, I'm your host, Aiysha. And if you have not already planted roots with us yet, no judgment. But subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, and comment, and share, because this lets the YouTube multiverse and algorithm know that you find value in this channel and that you also see value in the content that is being produced. And don't forget to listen to us on Spotify. Subscribe to the Grounded Bag Podcast so that way you never miss any update or latest conversations. But before we get into the heart of the matter, let's take a moment to reset because we need to get our energy back to being zen, to being calm, to being together. Because it's been a week, y'all. It's been a week, but we made it. Amen. We made it. So I'll see y'all back after your minute reset. Was that relaxing? Didn't you get that I can breathe kind of moment? I'm gonna stop being turned up. But I'm so excited that we're here to touch base again. And yes, last week, we talked about how to verify your clinician's license, like going to Psychology Today, looking up their names, or going to the actual states' websites. So keep in mind, what we're going to be doing today is episode 1. We talked about why license. As we know, there's been a lot of license verification issues and a whole lot of shenanigans out here in these streets. So that's why it's crucial and important that we really get it together, because we're literally putting ourselves in a perilous moment if we don't license and get ourselves together and get ourselves verified and know that who's taking care of you in your care is licensed and verified. I can't stress that enough. So today we're going to be talking about the official state license verification sites. So we're going to be tackling Virginia, Georgia, Florida, California. Keep in mind, each state is different. So if you're based in Maryland, if you're based in Minnesota, if you're based in Vegas, it's all different. But the most important thing is knowing how to get to that place. So let's go ahead and take a look at our World Wide Web, and let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. Okay, so let's see here. Let us see. So let me go on the Googler. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, y'all can see me. Okay, let me open my face up a little bit. Hey, okay, so if I'm in my mind and I'm in Minnesota, let's go ahead and look it up. Minnesota license lookup. And keep in mind, a license lookup looks different, but verify a license, nursing board, license search, there's different ones because if you're a DDS, if you're a licensed practitioner, if you're an LPC, that looks different. So let's go on the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. It has different verifications, right? So you see, you have the license management system where you can actually look up someone. You can continue as guest, and we can do go to records if we have a license number, search a license number. We can be able to search the licensee name so that we can be able to actually know who are looking up their personal information, the company name, township, LLC. If there someone says that they're an LLC, then okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's say if it's Florida business entity search, sunbiz.com. You're able to look it all up. Or let's say if you look up a Florida entity, you're able to look up the actual business. You're also able to look up if they have um a a EIN, you're able to look up those trademark names. All of this is public knowledge. So if someone is saying, "Oh, I have an LLC, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that." Okay, then I should see your stuff up in this database. If I don't see it in this database, well, then some Houston, we have a whole problem and we have an imposter on aisle three. So that is precisely why it's crucial to get your research done and know what it's doing. So let's say if you're in Las Vegas, you see you have Las Vegas business search, you can look up their entity, you can look it up and you can just start the process and actually searching a business name, finding out who the business name is, if they're active, pending, or inactive. There are so many ways to look it up. Or you can do in Las Vegas, Nevada, L LPC license lookup. There are different ways. And Google will also guide you in how you can get in contact with the actual board and with the actual website and verification. Case in point, primary license verification. It'll tell you how to look it up, the exam, the processes, the deadlines, the application, the licensing process, and it'll also give you a little bit of information. Prime license verification. It'll give you a whole database right here. You can search the name. This is a registry. CPC. It'll tell you these individuals, the MFT, expired, non-expired. It'll tell you everything here. So it varies per state. I know for Virginia, let's say if I do Virginia LPC license lookup, or let's say if I do Virginia license lookup, it will point me into the direction of the Virginia Department of Health Professionals. So once my license is registered with the state of Virginia, once I get my LMSW, I'll be in here. You're not going to see me in here yet. But like, if you want to know how to actually look up and actually how to verify, you have to watch episode 2 of the resource room, and I went through the entire process and how to find a actual license name, or if you have a practitioner that's based in Virginia, look up their name and see if they're actually registered. So let's say if I do Saunders, if I look it up, just the last name. Is it gonna pull it up? So when in terms of just going on these websites are free to the public. So just know that when it comes to license lookups, these are some things that you can also look into. So let's say if it's for Georgia.
license lookup. It has Georgia Professional Licensee Search. So it has this portal where you're able to actually look into the licensing, or let's say if it's architecture, if it's boxing, or if it's chiropractic examiner, dietitian, electrician, funeral services, librarians, massage therapy, nursing. Who knows what is happening in the A? So that's precisely why it is important that you have information on who's doing what to you and for you. So there are ways that you can, if you look up the business name, if you look up the license name, or if you know the profession, you're able to search by profession. You're also able to search by license name, and you're able to go in depth in that way. And let's say for the state of Florida, I know that we looked at the business. I know that for state of Florida, they have the Florida Health and Medical Quality Assurance. They have different portals. I know that for the licensing, they have the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, where you can find someone's business name and professional license. So there's different ways to look it up. So verify a license. It has those different options. Food and lodging inspection, find exam information, view application status if you're wanting to pursue your exam process. They're based in Tallahassee. So there's different ways for you to look up your professional and have that be legitimized, most importantly, because we're in some times that people are getting desperate. And I'm not saying that it's unfortunate, but we're in some times we're desperate. The thirst and desperation is real. So you have to protect yourself and not be caught in a predicament that's going to cost you. So let's say if you have a contractor on your house and you're wanting home improvement and you're wanting to know if they're licensed, you can also look them up in the contractor's licensee and home improvement salesperson registration. And if you have the contractor's license, if you know their business name, you can look it up, make sure that it's legit, and each state has their own. So this is more than just medical. This is also for a professional, your home, your business, who's coming into your business to do a service for you. And this is the California State Portal for all. For medical, you have your license number. If you're architect, if you're a barber, if you're in behavioral health, if you claim to be a doctor and you're prescribing and you're counseling, you're not just a coach, but you're claiming to be that you have these credentials and you're certified, then I need to see your stuff up in here. And then this also has other form of credentials, like if it's dentistry, if it's um household goods, if, and I'll go back up to behavioral health. What they have here is if you're a licensed clinical social worker, then if I put my name here and last name here, then it should pull me up if I'm registered in the state of California. But you also have to keep in mind that each state operates differently. If you are registered and licensed in one state, some states may not allow you to use your license in that other state if you're registered in another state. So let's say if I'm registered in Virginia, I cannot practice in California without a license, because California has different laws and regulations, and I have to make sure that my license meets that minimum requirement. So that means that I'll have to get a license in California so I can be dual licensed in different states, where I can work in one state and also work in another. But keep this in mind, research is important. So it is crucial that we are being very mindful of ourselves and mindful of our time, and also mindful of putting ourselves in predicaments that sustains us, and not putting ourselves in predicaments that will make this ship sink. And I say all of this to say, because we are in some times where even if you trust the person and you have a good rapport, you want to protect yourself and also liability, where God forbid, if you have to sue somebody, you have the grounds to do that, versus if someone is a freelance and there's not much regulation holding them to the fire. So that's why the resource room is created, because we're going to be sharing some more resources. It's not just license verification. More resources will be shared, because there's so much value that we are experiencing in this life that we need to talk about, help each other, and prevent, and do no harm. And we have a duty to warn. So that is the main goal. And not to mention, We have so much planned, so much beautiful things ahead. So if you all have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. Because we, like I said, we are on a goal to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 150, or maybe by this time you're watching this video, we probably have creeped up a little bit. So let's go ahead and full speed, because we are at a point where we need to help each other. This information is free. It's out here. So you can watch me for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, and we can support each other as we're going through this journey together. So I just want you to know that hope still exists, y'all. Hope still exists even in moments like this. So please take what resonates with you, move gently with yourself from here on out. And I'm your host, Aiysha Ansab. And until next time, be kind to your mind, be kind to your body, protect yourself, look these people up, and I'll see you next time on another Resource Friday. And who knows, we might be in these streets doing these Resource Fridays sometime. So more to come on this channel, I promise you. Take care, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now. But how about this? To be continued, because there's more to talk about. Lots more. Okay. Take care. See you next time.